Welcome to the second part of Phyrexia All Will Be One limited review. We're moving on to the color blue. We've done the white already. We are rating these cards from a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being unplayable, 10 being very good, and using these grades for their raw power level and their potential. Raw power level meaning how they look in a pack, and potential meaning how good they could be in a dedicated deck. And let's move on to the Aspirant Ascent. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+3 against flying and toxic 1. That's not bad for 1 blue. +1/+3 is a huge boost. Flying also, toxic 1. I think that's a pretty solid trick. Yeah. I would say 6 and 6 because, well, it's still a trick. Still a 5? I'd say 6. You probably want one at least, and that's a card that's kind of like a shore what, shore up, shore off, shore, like +1/+X, the save your creature, flying and toxic. I think it's solid. I think it's a good trick. You might have it late. Can kill creature, can protect creature on the trade, can get point counter. Yeah, I kind of like it. We'll see if we want less of it. Atmosphere Surgeon. When you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Surgeon. Remove an oil, the creature gain flying until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Three. How good is flying going to be? This one is not. Yeah, it's only sorcery. It's kind of bad. I guess it's probably a 4 and a 5. A solid 4 and 6. This is good. So it's gonna be a 2/1 for 2. Questionable, buddy. And then it's gonna give what? Realistically, 1 or 2 creatures flying. Do you get value out of stacking oil counters? Well, you can do it multiple times. If you do it twice, if you put 2 oil counters, you can give 2 creatures flying. This will be nuts. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's nuts. Do you get value out of stacking oil counters somewhere? I think there are a few things. Oh, the well in white to draw cards. Oh, it doesn't have any counters, but this we kind of saw. I think 4 and 6 is fine. Maybe 5 and 6, because it's a 2/1 for 2, and you can probably play it. It's just a filler. In the right deck, will win almost on its own. That's literally not what it's gonna do. In the right deck, it would be okay, but it will not win almost on its own. You will need spells and you will need other creatures, so you will need a lot of help. So definitely not on its own. Do you think can do thing 9% of the time does absolutely nothing? Yeah, I think that's more likely what it's gonna do. Not, which means not much. Giving flying creature. It gives fly to your toxic creatures, men. How the toxic creatures, men. The creatures, people. I think 5 and 6 is okay. Maybe a little less. 5 and 5.5. Yeah, it's not even that good. You need to get to 3. That's like it's if you don't get to 3 doesn't do anything, and then from 3 to 9 doesn't do anything. So there's a threshold. From 0 to 3, from 0 to 3 nothing, and from 3 to 9 nothing. So this is gonna be we'll see very after we play a few games. Before we see how it's played out, it's kind of hard to estimate how good these creatures are gonna be. But since it doesn't even have infect, I think this is not gonna be that good. Also, like blue is mostly gonna have flyers. We'll see. I stick to 5 and 6, but I'm pretty sure I would downgrade before I upgraded. Blade of Shared Souls. For Mirrodin. Whenever blade becomes attached to a creature, for as long as the blade of Shared Soul remains attached to it, you may have that creature become copy another target creature you control. Jeez. So whenever man becomes attached to a creature. Okay, so it's a 3 mana. Is it a 2/2? It's a creature you control. So it's not exactly. It's not a clone because it's only your creatures. You may have that creature become a copy. It's really bad clone, yeah. A cloon. It's more a cloon. A clown than a clone. I think they should call them like that. When you're only cloning one of your creatures, it should be a clown. Or a clown with an E at the end. Uh, exactly. Not very good. I think I'll play it. I think it's a 7. I think 7. Like the potential for it being really good. Why would it be good with mites? Oh, you just copy. Oh, okay, because the might. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The might become something better. Yeah, yeah, that's right. 6 and 8. I think you take it because it's unlikely it's not gonna do anything, and I guess not granting any boost is pretty bad. And you need 2 creatures. I guess 6, 7. Yeah, I think it's okay. And 7 if you have something good to copy. If you have mites. Yeah, I think 6, 7 is fine. I don't think it's a broken rare. I think it's okay. It's confusing. It's hard to evaluate for sure. Blue Sun Zenith. Twilight Zenith stuff with the sun. Gain control of that creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, creature cop. Oof. Yeah, this is probably 10. And these cards are only rare. Oh, oof. Yeah, I think it's probably a 10. Like, gaining control of target creature is great. Yeah, I think I get too happily. It's a 9 because it's expensive. Maybe 9. Yeah. Something like Oko or the White Sun Zenith. White Sun Zenith is a 10. You're right, you're right. It's not a 10. It's not as good as the white one. Maybe 7 mana is too much, but come on, man. Alright, alright. Maybe it's not a 10. Maybe it's not a 10. You're right, you're right. Do we agree that the Emperor and White Sands Twilight is a 10? Are a 10? A 10 each. This one, yeah, this one might not be a 10. You're right. You're right. Maybe it's not even a 9. It does cost a lot. I mean, these control magics are good. It's not enchantment. You can't blink it. Well, you can blink it, but you can't just destroy the enchantment. Or if you target your own stuff. But that doesn't work. I think 9 and 9 is fine. It's 5 mana control. Yeah, that's still a good 2 for 1. I guess 8.5. I guess 8.5 is fine. But it's still very good. Okay, 8.5 is probably fine. Because it does cost a lot of mana. And there were uncommons before. Back in the days, there were uncommons that were just as good. Volition Reigns. No, Persuasion was rare, right? This is the embarrassment. Current target spell pays 2. Okay. Counter that spell instead it fits. Controller has 3 or more poison counters. It's controller. Okay. How about that English? Counter spell. Guess this one's fine. Very good. No, it's not very good. It's a scatter ray. I think it's a 5. It's a quench. Yeah, quench was a 5. Quench was not better. It's a better quench. It's decent. It's a counter spell. This is very good. I mean, is this? It's okay. It's a 5. To make disappear then quench. Yeah. So it's a hard counter, not much different. Limited. Counter instant. That's true. But it's 4. You don't have to work to counter anything. I think 5 and 5. It's a decent counter spell that you'll play. You'll fill your deck with it if you need it, and you'll feel bad when they play it, but it's nothing. It's not something you want to pick early. This could be. I mean, in control might be better. Probably make disappear is gonna be better, but bring the ending. That's true. Bring the ending. That's true. Maybe the ending of the tape, not the ending of the end. Three mana. When it enters the battlefield, tell you trying to put in control. Flash. Oh, it's a cat. Yeah, that's a fine. I think that's a fine card. 3/2 is a good body. I think 6/6 is good. Yeah, solid filler. You'd play it. It's a sad cat. Yeah, this is a solid common. I'll play it. Because draw 2 cards. Sorcery. I think this could be like 6 or 6.5. Good discard. 6, 6, 7. 6 or 7. Yeah. You need to work for it, so 6, 7. The card to play around before combat in the set. Yeah. This is not disgusting. Come on, this is 2 for 1. Do we need to work for it? Well, depends how aggressive the deck is. Divination is okay, but it's not insane either. If you don't have to spend your whole turn drawing 2 cards, it's better. I think 7 is a little too much, but... Corrupted seems really easy to activate. I don't think so. I think that's going to be harder than you think. 3 of these. Yeah, in that case, that would be great. Yeah. When you have a lot of toxic stuff, that's going to be good. Okay, this isn't playable. It's only 1. Well, it's going to be 0 then. And you're never going to play this card. It's not even playable. This is just garbage. Okay, this is Garbo. Escaped experiment. Well, it doesn't, but now it does. Whenever attacks target creature and opponent control plus minus is the number of artifacts you control. That feels like a very sad filler as well. Feels like it's not even playable in any weird constructed or commander at 4 mana. I don't know. And that's not what we're looking for. so we're not even gonna look for that. Yeah, this card seems really bad. That looks like one of the, what was the card in Ravnica Allegiance? Something like that. The 2/1 for 2 attacks gives -2 -0. That one was okay. Yeah, but this one I'm not a big fan. I get 3. 3 still pretty bad. I give 3, still 2/1. You'll fill your deck with that crap if you really don't have anything else. Top 3, get one of them in your hand, the rest proliferate. Okay, that's pretty good. I would say that's a 6. Yeah, 6 or 7. Probably 6 and 7. Depending on the payoffs, yeah. I like 6, 7. I like it's a 6 in general and 7 if you can actually use it. Now you can play 8 anticipates. You had cause the Cosmos was sorcery, right? I think so. Yeah, I like this one. Not much to say about it. When enters the battlefield, scry 2 for 3 mana. Okay. When another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, I becomes 4 for face an I artifact till end of turn. No, I mean it's definitely gonna happen that your opponent is at 3 poison, but when? It's like if you have to keep your divination for 20 turns, and it's a dead card in your hand. That's not great. So what about the eye? So you can't really block with it. No, this is probably pretty bad. So what, 3 and 4, 3 or 5? Seems pretty bad, yeah. 5 if you have like 20 of them. If you're like super aggro and artifact aggro. Flying, yeah. Flying would have been nice. Okay, this card is really bad, right? Fun up around to the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Mills X, where X is the number of oil counters on font. Mais c'est nul à chier ça. Better in multiples? I mean, is Millstone better in multiples? This was proliferate. So it could be a 2 or 5. Like, does this have potential? 3 mana mill 2, even if you proliferate, 3 mana mill 3. That's okay, 2 and 3. This might be a deck. Wow. Oh, we will probably, yeah. And okay, win con. So in the last format, Millstone was there, and it was still not a good win con. I tried very hard to play all the Millstone decks I could, and that was still pretty shitty. Yeah, I don't think this card is very good. It's too expensive. If it was just 1 colorless and like 2 mana to activate, but 3 mana is so much mana. Yeah, Killing Stone is different. Killing Stone is 2 activations you win. Millstone you have to do that every turn. But you played bad. Okay, that's true. We did have a 7-win deck with Millstone. We never milled once. Oh no, we won because we milled ourselves once. So 4 mana, 2/5. When enters the battlefield, you may tap it if you do proliferate. That's exactly what I was gonna say. 3 and 5. This is pretty shitty. Like, you really need that to proliferate that badly? It's 2/5. Should you do it 2/5? I think that's better. Could get a kick out of this. Do they? It's 2/5 for 4. Just like a Nox. So one is unplayable, 10 is amazing. The first column is raw power level, and the second one is potential, meaning that this is what looks like in a pack, and this is what it would look like in a deck dedicated to it. Which means like this is what you like after at the end of the packs. If you don't know any of your other cards, that's pretty much what it's worth, and that's what it would be worth if you have the right deck with it. Yeah, 2/5 seems good, I think. Well, at least we have a reason to make it a 2/5. Gitaxian Raptor, 1/4 flying, enters battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. Another counter from Gitaxian Raptor. These cards seem really weak. I guess it's free, so you can do it once or twice. I would say 5 and 5. It's playable, it's 1/4, it blocks, it's a good blocker, but it's not great. Is it what we do? Five, 5. Yeah, I mean 5/5. Do we want to give it a 6/6? This is no Mistwalker. 5/5 is good, I think. All these ratings and everything, they will be available for you to look at afterwards. All in the link in the description below. Glistener Steer entered the battle with 3 oil counters on it. You have another counter. Let me see. Ils sont nuls à chier ces trucs. C'est nul. Yeah. I was expecting draw a card here. Wonder card would have been a little too good. Yeah, I think this card is it's terrible. Yeah, Patrick was great. Patrick was 2 mana and didn't care about oil. Well, actually, Patrick would actually care a lot about oil. Yeah, what is this? Like 3 and 3? A better Larder Zombie? A better Larder Zombie? Really? Larder Zombie was great. This is unplayable. Larder Zombie was the nuts. You could scry a million times. This is better? How is this better? Larder zombie, it's what I will cry a million times. Do you remember what Larder zombie did? But this costs a card. It was a yeah, it was in the graveyard set. It was 1 and 3, but it was 1-3. That makes a huge difference. 0-3 does not block very well. Like the one power would make this card playable. This is not playable. Like this does not block. Like this is not good. You will have to work to scry once more. This does not advance your board. I don't like it. I think it's actually pretty bad. And 3-3, I think I'm being generous here. 4-4, 4-4. You want to give one more? Larger Zombie was, I think Larger Zombie was really good. I would give Larger Zombie at least 6-6. Maybe 6-7 in dedicated decks. Maybe 6-7 is a little generous, but Larger Zombie was great. This is not great. Yeah, and this is not haste. This is, I don't know. This is, I think 3-3 is fine. I would never want to play this card. Playing 1. So maybe 3-5. Really? See. So they go. I don't know. This seems really bad. Like a bad wall. I mean, I'd be happy if my opponent played it. You'd really want to play one of these guys. Sorry. Cleaning up my browser. Before it. Shit. Here's Agromites. Four and 4, sure. Okay. Well, that doesn't make it much better, but that's still it's a pretty sad card. 1-3, 1-3. I would be 100% behind it. 4-4, not so much. 0-3, not so much. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a noise counter on synthesizer. It's not flying. As long as 4 mortal counters get +2 and can't be blocked. Man, jeez, this is. It comes with 0 oil counters. Jeez. Why do you have to work so hard for these cards? So far, I'm not too thrilled about that set. Like, whether it's corrupted or these things that takes forever, it takes too much work. And the problem with too much work is that you'll never get to the full potential. And you'll stick to like 2, 4, 5 and blah blah blah. And I don't know, that's my first impression. Like on their own they're just way too bad. And the payoff is it's just not exciting enough. 5-7, I would not give this one a 7. I mean, if you can't play it, like 4 canners, I would say 4 and 6. I would say 4-6. Like, it's only 3-3. It will be okay. It's a built-in trick. What? You need 4 spells. 4 non-creature spells. How many non-creature spells do you have? Not considering proliferate yet. If you don't draw it in the first 5 turns, this card doesn't do anything. Thank you, the Rab. Now you won't have any more ads and won't miss any of any of the action. If like this Rab, you're sick of the ads, Use you Prime Gaming and subscribe for free to the Draft Club. Uh, yeah, even on turn two, this is not great. You don't want to play it on turn two. I don't know. This does not look very good. Yeah, 4/6 is. I think it's generous. Planeswalker you control have prolifer. Okay, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose a counter on target permanent. Put an additional. So it's what? 2 and 5? 2 and 4? 2 because it's almost unplayable on its own. 2 and 5 because if you have a lot of stuff, I don't even know if 5 is even playable. 1 and 3? I guess, yeah, 1 is probably fine. Like, even 3 mana, when you cast, it's not even proliferate, it's just 1 counter. I mean, 4 is too much, yeah. Probably 3. This guy's probably not playable. 3 doesn't do anything, yeah. Yeah, this card kind of blows. Jace, the Perfected Mind. Up to 1 target creature gets -3, -0. Okay. They remove 3 cards. Then if a creature has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards. Otherwise, you draw a card. What? Mill 3 X times. I guess this is good. So if you explain it many times, what are numbers? Column 1 is the raw power level. Column 2 is potential from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10. This is basically the raw power of the card when you see it in a pack or without context. And this is like what it could be if you have the dedicated deck. I think this is probably 7, 5, only 5. I think even the first one is pretty good. It's kind of a removal until your next turn, so you just lock down 1 creature. I think it's probably 7/7 or 8/8. I think it's a good rare. I think this card is actually pretty good. With proliferate, it's like it's kind of hard to kill, so yeah. No, I like it. I think I like it. I think it's probably 8/8. Yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. It's a lot of for 4 mana 6 loyalty is good. On the play, it's gonna be unbeatable. How do you beat it on the play? So it comes with 6, 18, 21, proliferate. Yeah, that's why it's not going over 8. Uh, on the play, it's just so hard to beat. It doesn't matter if you actually the completion is not. It doesn't matter. You played at 3 and then on turn 4 it's 5. You just lose a 1 counter. See, just making 15 card for 5 might be enough. Probably not. 15 is not enough. Meaning 25, 24 maybe. No, I think no. The drawing card is fine. You do it once or twice, and you draw a card. I think it's fine. I think 8/8 is okay. I think it's a really good card. Yeah. If you're on the plate, haven't done anything, you draw 1 card right away, and then you up. I don't think it's probably like for 3 mana you lose 2, so it's 1. You probably gain like 4 life, draw a card. It's better revitalize, kind of, and you gain some time to tap the creatures. It gives a different perspective in the game. I like it. 3 mana, 3 mana. This is Jace, sorry. Almost always milling opponent. But this one is mythic. This one is not rare. Alright, Flying Vigilance. When Malcator's Watcher dies, draw a card. What? let's say you do it twice. Because they need to attack with 2 creatures. Well, it's a little more complicated than that, but that looks like a filler. Probably 5/5. Flying Vigilance. 2 mana, 2 mana, draw a card. 6? Really? just missing two two pretty important lines. I think 5/5 is okay. I don't think I want a lot of these. Like, this doesn't do anything with any of your deck. It doesn't proliferate, doesn't do anything. It's an artifact. I guess it's better when you have a lot of procs with artifacts. Nah, this is all about like artifacts come into play things. Okay, well that seems pretty unexciting. Fine Chumper. Oh, Fine Chumper is a good definition for a good card. Yeah, this kind of it kind of felt bad. Yeah. Well, Curator enters the battlefield. Put up to 1 instant sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. 3/4 for 4. This is what? This is 5/5 as well. 3/4. This is bad. 4/4. 4/5. Not even. 3/4 for 4 in blue is okay. It depends what. I'm going to play one of these, so 5. Are you going to play one of these? 3/4 if you have Twilight. True day. Okay, that maybe 4/4. I think 4/4 is fine. It's not that bad. It's pretty bad. It's not that bad. Well, it depends. If you cast the first one for 2 and the next one you want to cast for 20. Classic Twilight for 20. 5/5 for 5 Vigilance with an oil cannon. When I cannon it becomes an artifact creature. Oh, what? Oh, it's a vehicle. There's no loop. There's no loopy loop. C'est nul à chier ça aussi. The problem is, if you have it in play, and you want to proliferate, you need to keep the oil canner on it. That seems pretty bad. I would say 4/4 or 3/4. 4/4. 4/5. Yeah, okay. So what's a 5/5 wall? Yeah, this is hard to evaluate. This is not very good. That's all we can say. It's not gonna be great. Yes, of course it does. It's anything that comes into play has summoning sickness if it's a creature. Whether it's a land, an artifact, enchantment, anything. Okay, 2 mana, 2/1 cannot be blocked. Okay, that's nice. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter. Okay. Whenever spell dancer. Oh, because the other one does not have the. When you cast a spell, put an oil counter on it. And when it's spell dancer deals combat damage to a player, you may remove 2 oil counter from it. If you do. Okay, this is better. Yeah. I mean, this is probably 8-8. Is it 8-8? Takes some work, but 2-1 can't be blocked for 2 is great. I think 8-8 is a little too much. But if you have... Like, it's just 2-1. Can you summon a curator and remove the old counter and attack on turn and arrive on the battlefield? No, you cannot. A curator? Which curator? Which one is curator? Sorry, Curse Strider. This guy. No, you cannot. No, because it comes into play. That's the... I gave you the answer already. Like, if you... Anything that comes into play on the same turn, it needs to be there at the beginning of your next turn. If it's there at the beginning of your turn, it loses Summoning Sickness. Whatever it is. It doesn't show if it's an artifact, if it's an enchantment, it's a land, but as soon as it becomes a creature, it checks if it's been there at the beginning of your turn. So this, if you cast, you can't attack. Basically, if it says tap to do something, you would be able to use it. Let's say tap, gain 1 life. You would be able to play it, tap it to gain 1 life. But let's say you crew it, or you use the oil canner, it becomes a creature. You cannot tap it to gain 1 life. The turn comes into play. Because it would be a creature with Summoning Sickness. As long as it's not a creature, you can use it. If it's a creature, it checks if it's been there at the beginning of the turn. Got it? Okay, so what do we say? Amblia's Trap equips and it will be quick. Goody. So is it 8-8? I think it's a good card. I don't think it's 8. I think it's probably 7.5. It's a good one, but it can block, yeah. It's a 2-1, it doesn't really block. I think it's above average, but it's still just 2-1. I guess when you cast a spell, I guess the second, yeah, probably 8. Let's see. When it deals countdown, you may remove. Oh, you need to play 2 spells. Now 7. I think 7.5 is fine. It's not. It's. I guess it will depend a lot on. Maybe actually 7-8. It's a good 2-drop. It's gonna be better if you play a lot of good spells. I think 7-8 is better. But so far we've seen blue is pretty crap color right now. To play 3 spells? Yeah, because the third spell, yeah. I guess 7-8 is better. 7 because it has fine stats and it's unblockable. But 8 if you actually play spells. This is the potential. This is the raw power potential. All right. All right, next. All right, so does. And it says, if tap, enchanted creature then proliferates. Creature does not tap. Okay, this is solid. I think this is yeah, I think the 2-1 is too much work for it to be good. It's 7. It's fine because it's unblockable but not great. Yeah, I think the counters are relevant, so this is better than Charm Sleep, yeah. I would say 7-7. Double blue makes it awkward as usual. But you get to proliferate almost for free, so it's solid. I'd say 7-7. 6-7. I'll stick to that. Yeah, 6.5, 7, 7, 7. I think it's fine. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter of minus plus apparatus. Ça c'est nul à chier aussi. Probably like 2 and 2. No, 1 and 2. 1 and 1. This isn't playable. Let's see that lets you move. This isn't playable. This is Twilight spells is still 0. I would still not play this with Twilight. Yeah, this is not playable. Minor misstep, probably 1 and 1. You never won this card ever. Man, blue is easy. Every card is terrible. Each one gets a poison counter, draw a card. Okay, that's a better one. That's probably a 7/7. I guess it's probably a 6 and 7 or 6 and 8. It really depends on your deck. Maybe not a 6, maybe just a 5. Maybe 5 and 8. Something like that. Like it's on its own it's pretty terrible. And if you play the right combination, it gets like extremely good. As an instant, giving a poison counter is really nice. Maybe not 8, maybe 7. Yeah, I think the fact that your opponent doesn't know when you're gonna play it, and if they have two poison counters and you have two mana open, they can't get the corruption, and yeah. Give 3. How about March Viper? How good would March Viper be? Quicksilver Fisher. 4/3 and the better draw card than this card. Come on, we've seen these guys. We've seen a million. Oh, it's common. Okay, but it's a good one. But we know them. Like this seems boring. Yeah, I think it's fine. Could cost 4. It's a good common. 4/3 flying for 5. I mean, it's big dude and it's not flash. Your face is boring. I think 7/7. That's how we rated the 3/3 flying in white. But this is 4/3. It's a little bigger. Joe discard. I mean, that's solid stats for a common. Reject imperfection. Counter target spell. If that spell is 3 or less, proliferates. Yeah, I think so. Okay, well that's a counter spell. Cancel. Cancel. I could proliferate 5 and 6. Five and 5. Yeah, between 5 and 5, 5 and 6. I guess 5/5. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of counter spell. It's playable. I mean, 5 is the baseline for playable, so. I've been nerfed. Serum Snare. Return our non-land permanent to its owner's hand if that permanent has a less proliferate. Okay, yeah. It's probably what, 7/7? This is a pretty good one. Yeah, I think. Oh, 6 and 7? Maybe 6 because you probably don't want to lose too much if your deck has not use of the counters. I think 6/7 is nice. It's not that expensive. 2 mana is not too expensive to proliferate. Yeah, 6 and 7 is probably fine. Not using summon. That's true. Full Ocarina counter tap the artifact. This is probably gonna be better than it looks. That looks pretty crappy, but it's probably much better than it looks. So I think it's gonna be what a four. I think it's something like 4 and 7. Like it's gonna be unplayable. No, I think it's different. It's not you're not gonna jam it in your deck if you don't have use of it. Like it's you're not gonna you're probably not even gonna play it if your deck is not built around it. And if your deck has a lot of proliferate and stuff, this card is gonna be amazing. Yeah. So and like Icy is great. With this proliferate deck is a lot of current commons. Yes, true. But that's why like the raw power is 4 because it seems pretty bad, but it could actually be good in the dedicated deck. So that this is the 7 is definitely not what the card is. This is the potential. Like how bad you're gonna face the card and you're gonna be like, yep, this is a 7. In the right deck, this is gonna be a 7. Most likely it's gonna be a 4, but sometimes it's gonna be a 7. That's what this rating is about. This is a powerful effect. Tamiyo's Logbook. There's a lot of tentacles in this set, huh? Draw a card. This ability costs 1 less active for each artifact you control. Okay, well this is what? This is same like a 4 and 7. Like in the right deck, this is gonna be really good. In the bad deck, it's gonna be unplayable. This is a little bit like the like Jodas Codex. Was it Jodas Codex? The 5 mana draw a card for domain. In the right deck, this is great. Well, Codex was either great or completely unplayable. Tekutal. Inquiri Dominus. Play for twice instead. Matter of fact, okay, this is 4/6. Is this a 3/5? Is what 8/8? Yeah, 8/8 seems good. 3/5 flying is nice. And proliferate. This is what we want. Yeah, 8/8 is fine. I think is it better than the Zenith? Do you prefer this or Zenith? I mean, right now we haven't seen a lot of removals. So no removals means this is gonna be pretty sick. And I think 8 like 4 mana 3/5 flying. That could be indestructible. Its effect could be powerful. So 8/8 is probably better. And yeah, I probably want this over the Zenith. So that makes the Zenith an 8 and 8. Yeah, that's tough to beat. Maybe 8.5 actually. Yeah, this is pretty good, I think. The stats are great, and its ability is really good. It takes a little bit more to yeah, it's probably Kif Kif. It's probably Kif Kif. 8.5 is good, I think. It's a good mythic. Thrumming Bird. We know that one. This could be either really good or completely unplayable. So I would say either 3 or 7. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, the double proliferate is really good. Sure, it's going to be much better if you have proliferate effects, but if you do it once or twice, if you manage to proliferate once or twice extra, oh, it's going to be sweet. 6 and 7, I don't think you played this one if you don't have a deck that's with it. If you have only one thing with oil canners, this doesn't do anything. This is mostly doing not much. 4-6, yeah, 4-6. So do we want this as 7? What's a 6? Is it 4-6 or 3-7? Yeah, maybe 6. 6 is probably okay. 6 is solid. Definitely not a great card. Transplant Theorist. Whenever a Transplant Theorist another artifact enters battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Put that card for me. Wait, what? You may draw a card. You may draw a card. You should discard. Okay, you loot. Put target card from your graveyard to the bottom on the bottom of your library. Super. Solid. It's okay. Salut idiot. What is it? 6, 6, 6, 3, 3. I mean, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe 5, 5. 5, 5 or 6, 6. 3, 4. Guy, jeez. You guys are tough. This is better than most of the cards we've seen. It's not great. And this is... this is... oh, too much to read. Just because it's better than bad, Palooka doesn't seem it's good. Yeah, that is indeed very true. Yeah, I guess it's not that great. Yeah, that's true. It's not even that good. Maybe 4-4. 4-5. No, 4-5. That is true. You still rank. Is it 5-5? What is this? 5-5 was good. 5-5 is, yeah, maybe overrated. So what I don't like so far for blue is that there's half the things that work with scanners, and the other half with artifacts. No, this one is good. This one is good. Or another artifact you loot. No, this one is fine. No, definitely not overrated. No, this one is not bad at all. This might even be better than that. Just this one or another artifact. Yeah, maybe 5-6 actually. You're probably right. Three mana. Enter battlefield with a Nightcanner on it. For each canner. Ah, here we go. You cast a 9. Okay, well now we got something. Now we got something. Now this is the only card that finally does something. This is probably what? A 7 and 8. Oh man, now we... Like this is what? This is like 4-7? That's still a 2-2 flying for, I guess 2-2 flying. Maybe 6 and 8. What? With only one? I thought it was 2-2. Okay, this is not as good as I thought it would be. Shit. No. No, why? Why, guys? It's not awful, but it's not. It's maybe not even a 7. It's okay. It's a 6. Yeah, exactly. 2 in haste. That's absolutely. This is terrible card. Did they really nerf all these blue cards? Because this does not look very good. You don't want to play it on turn 4 or on turn 5 or any time. Okay. Unctus Grunt Metatic. Other blue creatures you control have whether this creature becomes tapped to a card, then discard the card. Okay. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay. The creature you control becomes a blue artifact. Act as a sorcery. So this is a 5 and 6. Other blue creatures. Jeez, that's maybe 6 and 6. Has to be higher. Maybe 6 and 7. It's 2/4/3, but it's gonna be hard to actually do much about it. 6 and 8. I don't think this is an 8. I mean, we gave 8 to Tekutal, and yeah, you have to draw a card. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this looting and pump. Yeah, loot is mandatory, so you might actually duck. The other guy had the one we talked about, the theorist. It had does a lot for 3 mana. It does, but is it a lot that you want to do? I mean, still 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is still pretty good. I don't think it gets better than this. 7/7. I could see 7/7. I don't think it gets better because you have other artifact creatures. I think it's the same thing. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, what? This my deck is insane because of this. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, 7/7. It's good. It's a good card. Unctus Retrofitter. 3 mana toxic 1. Huh. Retrofitter enters the battlefield up to 1 target creature you control becomes an artifact creature. So what's this card? There was a card like this, right? In M something. What was that card? It was exactly the same creature. Well, not exactly, but like. I guess that's okay. Target that and Drake, and it's 5/5 flying. I think it's okay. I think like it's a 6/6. The Drake might be an artifact. Wait, let's see. It's not. It's not even an artifact. Is it 6/6? I don't think it's even that good. Yeah, non-artifact. Oh, up to 1 target artifact you control. No, any artifact. Is it 5 and 6? It's okay. I don't think it's that good. I guess 6/6 is better. Enter the battlefield, up to one target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base. Okay. This one is the best blue card. Okay, 6/6 is fine, I think. 5 mana, draw 3 cards, proliferate. Okay, well that's why. That's is it good? I guess it's good. Is it gonna be a 7/7 this one? Sorcery, yeah. Okay, it's super slow. Six, 7. Yeah, I guess 6/7. It's a common. It's a common. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's still fine. Since too much with first pick it, yeah. Yeah, probably 6 and 6. It's a solid card. You want some off, and you're gonna play it. But it's definitely not 7, yeah. Watchful Blisterzoa. Flying 6/6. No, 6 mana, 4/4 flying. If with an oil counter on it and dies, to a card equals to the number of oil counters on it. What? Okay. Well, that's 6 mana. It's what, 6/6? There's no oil payoffs. It's just something. It's just a thing. Just the counters could be anything counters. What do you want this one? 6/6? Yeah. Maybe 7/7? 6.5? It's a big dude. So yeah, it feels like, you know, the carriage in the other set. The 4/4/6, you put something, you disturb card in the graveyard or something. Well, when it dies, still, but it's 6 mana. That is, yeah, like the carriage, for example. Okay, 6/6 is okay. From Innistrad, yeah. So what have we seen in blue? Blue seems pretty underpowered, actually. The commons are not great. What do we have? We have the doze. What's the doze? The tap a creature, proliferate. What else? Oh, sorry, this one is what? Plus the trick is the best, one of the best cards. Yeah, there's no green, good blue commons. Which one is this one? Fisher. Oh yeah, this is the 4/3 flying. Yeah, there's a lot of difference between the potential and the raw power, so it's gonna have to work a lot. You have to work a lot to get the access to the better ratings. Yeah, overall, I believe blue is kind of crappy, but we'll see with the gold cards and the, the synergies with other colors. Also, I don't see. Is it gonna be good with white, like with the procs, the mites being artifacts, the white being artifacts, and triggering all the come into play artifact thing? Could be. They feed like 3. Yeah, this does not feed a lot of people. All right. I think that concludes our review of blue. Thank thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe and share this video.